everyone, so I'm here today to talk to you about some super affordable, kind of really low budget products. And I know that a lot of times I talk about drugstore products, but I know that even drugstore products with brands like L'Oreal and Revlon kind of on the market, their price range is a little bit higher. You're kind of paying between usually 10 to kind of £12 for a mascara. Same goes for Max Factor and that kind of thing. So I can appreciate that while I love those brands, they're not necessarily super affordable for those of us who may be on a really, really tight budget. And I know that I talk about kind of a variation on my channel of high-end products, low-end products, all sorts, but I wanted to kind of come on today and test out a lot of really, really super budget products. I'm talking from the Makeup Gallery range of Pound Shop, Primark, that kind of thing. Pretty much everything I'm going to talk about is under £5, and just talk about some kind of standout products from those ranges and recommend to you some really inexpensive makeup brands that I think that I think if you are on a really, really tight budget, you can benefit from getting to know these brands a little bit better, because they're not as talked about as your kind of average drugstore brands. So the first brand I'm going to start with is from the Pound Shop. And Pound Shop have recently launched their Makeup Gallery line, and I picked up a couple of nail polishes from them recently, which I was really, really impressed with. Unfortunately, they're both kind of quite wintry shades, but I will pick up some of the more summery ones. They had some really beautiful kind of pink ones I saw, and these are really, really lovely. Apply nicely, opaque. They have a really nice brush as well, and this makes me so happy when companies kind of do the big fat brush, because I think it's just so much easier to use. It's kind of like a nice wide short brush. That's the type of brush I like, and these are standout products for me from the range. Really, really lovely. The other thing I was really impressed by from that range was the blusher, and this is the Feeling Fresh blusher in Candy Floss number 2. Packaging again is really nice. You kind of wouldn't be embarrassed to have this in your makeup bag, and it's just a beautiful kind of peachy pink colour, suits every skin tone, nice for spring, summer. And again, obviously it was £1. Everything from that range is £1, so I was really, really impressed by that range for £1. Then the next range is from Primark, and I did do a whole video about this, which I will link down below for you to go and check out. But the products that really, really stood out for me, the blusher again was really good, and definitely buying things like lipsticks and blushes I find tend to be very, very good when you buy them from budget products, because they're kind of a product that's harder to mess up. And I'll talk in the end of the video about kind of where I think you should spend a little bit more money and where you can go kind of really low end. This blusher is in the shade just pink. This was £2. Really bright, really pigmented, really lovely. I won't go on too much about that range because, as I said, I did do a full review. I think the packaging is really nice as well. The mascara from Primark, this is the PS Love False Lash Effect mascara, £2.50. Again, I really, really like this. Really good mascara. The other ones they do as well, I've heard really good things about, so I'm excited to try. And again, looks really nice, doesn't look kind of horrible packaging or anything. And then this is what I'm wearing on my lips right now, and I picked this up from Primark, and again it's the PS Love Lip Liner Pencil in the red shade. I'm going to go and pick up more of these because I love this. It comes kind of just like that. You can twist it up, I think. Or can you? No, maybe not. No, you can't. It's one you need to sharpen. Just that moves. That's confusing. But it's just in the red shade, and this is so lovely. You can see the colour on, and it's very similar to my favourite ever red lipstick, which is Scarlet Abyss by MAC. Very, very similar to that, and applies beautifully, really smooth, lasts a long time. Really, really great product, and this was £1, so I highly, highly recommend you get down to your local Primark and try a couple of these because they're amazing. The lipstick from the matte range I tried was really nice also, but I mentioned that in the previous video, so I didn't want to kind of bore you with the same products. And then this was really good as well. It's the foundation stick, and I use this just as a kind of targeted concealer. So on kind of areas where I've got pigmentation, chin, that kind of thing, this is really nice. You could just use it as your normal foundation if you like that type of formula. But again, this was around £2, I think, and really nice. Then another brand that I wanted to talk about, I've only actually tried this from this brand, because the Superdrug that I usually go to kind of never has a full stock of this, but this is a brand that I definitely think is worth trying, and it's NYC, and it's a brand that we don't talk about very often, but this is the Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny, and this is such a great bronzer. This, you know, really holds its own next to some of my kind of more expensive bronzers, and I think this is around £2.50. Beautiful shade, really flattering, and I've heard really good things about a lot of their eyeshadows. I haven't actually tried any of those. I should have picked some up for this video, but they kind of never have a full stock when I'm in Superdrug, so I didn't manage to get any, but would definitely recommend looking into that as well. Everything in there is really inexpensive. And then I've also got some stuff here from Natural Collection, because I know a lot of you will be thinking, what about Natural Collection? Which is a Boots own brand. Now, some of their products are really nice, some of them not so much. Their mascaras are okay. I think their standout products to me are the blushes. The lipsticks have really nice colours, but they just break, and the packaging's awful. The packaging of these is awful as well, to be honest. I don't really understand why they can't, considering the price range, make the packaging like MUA, because it's kind of good. But so blushes here, I've got Peach Melba, which is really lovely. Pink, what's this called? Dusky Pink. You can hear, I mean, they come loose in the package, it's really annoying. And the last one is Pink Cloud. Definitely look into the Natural Collection blushes if you're kind of trying to build your makeup collection up. These are really nice. And then I've also got some stuff here by MUA, because how could you not mention MUA? And they have got some really fabulous products. The contour powder of theirs is one that I love. It's just a kind of face powder which I use as a contour. This is £1, really like that. The Pro Base kind of concealing powder looks like this. This is a really unusual product, and this is around £3 or £4, so really inexpensive and kind of nice to add a little bit of luminosity back into the skin. And the brow palette that they do, the Pro Brow, this is around £5 I think, and you get all the brow shades plus a little wax, and that's really good as well. So MUA is definitely a brand that I would look into. I don't, however, like any of their lip products that I've tried. I found they kind of didn't work very well for me. And then last but not least, I have got some stuff here from Essence, and I've been buying a lot of things from there recently. The foundation that I picked up was okay, not my all-time favourite, but this blush was really good. It's kind of like an ombre blush in the shade Pinky Flow. Really pretty. All their lipsticks I really like. I've mentioned these on my channel a lot before. All their lipsticks I think are fantastic. This eyeshadow trio really stands out. Really stands out for me, and I love this, and I've been wearing this loads, and it's this little duo in Irresistible Caramel Cream, and it's just this shimmery kind of thing. And sometimes with products that are kind of not necessarily the best quality, you have to work differently with them. So I find if you use these with your fingers rather than a brush, you get an amazing colour payoff, and they just work beautifully on the lids. So I would definitely recommend you giving these a go. Really nice, and pretty much all the lip products from Essence I really enjoyed. I didn't like their nail polishes, they weren't the best, but they were still, you know, okay for the price. But Essence is really low cost. It's really good. And then last but not least, I said last but not least already, didn't I? But I just wanted to talk about Barry M quickly. Now, I don't particularly like tons of stuff that Barry M do. I don't really like the lipsticks. The mascaras are okay, and the nail polishes are fantastic. They're definitely their standout product. But their Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit is something I wanted to talk about, because I think this is a very kind of, I want to say fashion forward, but we're not talking about fashion here, so that's kind of an irrelevant comparison. But it's a very kind of beauty conscious product to launch. We've seen so many contour palettes coming out left, right and centre, from Smashbox to the Anastasia one, and good old Barry M have done their own. Now, it's not the best, you know, you get 3 shades here, kind of a highlight, a bronze and a contour, but the quality of them's decent enough. It's around £5, and I just think this is a really good example of kind of even really low end budget products kind of can deliver the look that you want, so you don't have to spend a fortune. You can kind of get what you want from some of these brands as well. But I hope you found this video useful. The things I consider to kind of be worth spending a little bit more money on, and when I say a little bit more money, this is all to do with your personal budget. So you can think that, you know, £30 for a foundation is something that you'd like to spend. So for example, to me, the Narsha Glow foundation is worth that. But then you could also say that, you know, £10 for a foundation is a big budget for you. But I definitely think that foundations where you should spend your money, I've kind of not come across many that were really inexpensive that I enjoyed as much. So foundation is worth spending the money on, and pretty much everything else, I think you can go drugstore, higher end drugstore at least. Maybelline do great concealers. Revlon do fantastic lip products. But again, as I showed you, lip products and cheek products, you don't even have to spend Revlon prices. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the matter, but I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you've got any kind of recommendations on products, then definitely let us know below. I know there's a lot of companies in the US that do really fantastic products like Wet n Wild and things like that that are really inexpensive. We don't have those here, unfortunately, which is very sad, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and as always, I will see you in my next video.